Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday. I'm excited to do another Ask and Able video. And this week's question came straight from Instagram. And the question was a question regarding our hashtag that we use quite a bit in most of our posts. And that hashtag is be impactful. And the question was, where does it come from? Why do we use that quite a bit and what does it mean to us? Great question. I'm really excited to share with you why we do this and why we believe what we believe. So to answer this question, I have to take you back into a journey in the past. And so for me and my family, this means a lot to us. And it means a lot to a lot of the families that we serve. But when my parents had Sarah 29 years ago, my parents didn't get a congratulations from the doctors. They heard, "I'm sorry, your daughter has Down syndrome." And over the next few weeks and few months, doctors and professionals each gave my parents their limited expectations on Sarah's life. My parents got list after list after list of things that they believed Sarah would not be able to do. And one of those things was not being able to read. In the doctor's exact words, kids with Down syndrome usually don't learn to read. And they wanted my parents to be aware that they should expect the same. And if those doctors were to have followed Sarah's life and we were to fast forward to today, they would now find Sarah working in a second grade classroom where one of her many duties in that classroom is tutoring the kids on their reading abilities. Just the exact same thing that doctors said she would never be able to do herself, she is now teaching others. And a few years ago, there was a particular student in her classroom who had fallen so far behind in his reading abilities that the teacher had called the parents in to discuss her concerns. And based on the time of year it was, there wasn't much time in the school year left. The teacher and parents decided that it would be best to hold that child back in the second grade the following year. And for one reason or another, this teacher put Sarah with the student. And for a short time on a daily basis, they would read together. They would work on comprehension worksheets together. And at the end of the school year, this teacher found that this child had completely caught up to the rest of his class. And in fact would move on to the third grade with the rest of his friends. And as Mom was telling me this story about what Sarah had done, Sarah was standing right there. Of course, Sarah perked up, and she had a grin from ear to ear. And I could see that she was so proud. I could see that she was proud that she was able to make a difference in that child's life. And that's where my hashtag and our hashtag, Be Impactful, comes from. Because I believe that having the ability to be impactful is what gives each and every one of us a strong sense of purpose to our lives. And we are not unique in this ability. My sister Sarah is not unique in this ability, and I believe that your child is the same. Your child absolutely, in his or her own unique abilities, has the ability to be impactful in the lives of others and live a life of purpose. And so hopefully that helps in helping you understand why this thought of being impactful is so important to our family and the families that we serve, because we've got to have a vision of why we're planning in the first place. And if our vision of why we're planning is so that your child can live a life of purpose and impact, no matter what that looks like for your child, if that's why we're doing it, we're going to be successful in our planning process. So think about that this week. What does living a life of purpose and impact look like for you and look like for your child? Ask them that question. Have these conversations with your family, because that question should be the reason of why you're planning and should be the reason that we move through the entire planning process. So a great question to think of or think on this week and have discussions on. Send me a message. Let me know what this unique life or unique purpose of impact looks like for your child. Happy to share these things with you guys. Loving these questions that are coming in. Again, if you're going to use Instagram or Facebook for your questions, either send me a direct message or use the hashtag AskEnable. And we're looking forward to continuing this again every single Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week.